Hi everyone, it's Mo here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Game week 16 is finished. It's been a manic game week. So much has gone on. So in this video, preparing for game week 17, I run through all the important vital stuff so you're fully prepared and ready for that deadline, which is around the corner. It's on a Friday. Now, if that sounds good, do me a favor. Drop a like, subscribe, and share the video with any other FPL managers you think might enjoy this video. Now you've done that, let's get into the video. So let's have a look at the game week 16, who's hot and who's not. Let's start with the hots. The king, Mohamed Salah. I was at this game watching Liverpool versus Palace live. It was a bit of a shocking game. Poor performance realistically by both teams. But until the 73rd minute, Liverpool didn't do much. But when they did wake up, Mohamed Salah, what do you expect? A goal and an assist, 3 bonus points, absolute beast. And it's a reminder to us why he's the best FPL asset we've ever had. Unbelievable consistency from him. You're going to see him in this hot list quite a lot this season. Next up, we're going to go for Solanke, 7 points, 90 minutes, 6.5 million. He's an unbelievable option, especially when you look at players like Darwin and Isaac not really playing well. Look at him. You can easily look at Dom. Gorgeous fixtures as well. Cunha next, 9 points, 90 minutes, 5 returns in a row. He's slyly going about his business. Wolves, I always used to look at them personally as a defensive, boring team. I need to remove that from my mind so I can consider players like him. He's been so consistent, and at his price, what can I say? Lovely alternative differential if you want to go up there. Now, this man here really should have been top of the list, but it's Son. 17 points. What a haul. I wish I had my vice captaincy on him. 17 points, 90 minutes, regardless if he plays left wing or up front. If Spurs are on it, they're the kind of team, the football they play, they're capable of giving you a 3 or a 4, and he's going to be in there, whether it's assists, pens, or goals. He's an unbelievable FPL asset this season. Look at his last 3 returns, 17, 2, and a 10, 2 double digits there. Top player. Last but not least, very rare I put a goalkeeper in, but I think I better do it now. Martinez, 10 points, 90 minutes. He's a solid goalkeeper. Last 2 returns, he's had a 10 and a 9. Aston Villa this season, at one stage I was thinking they might get top 4. Now, dare I say, they're challenging for the league. Was it too early to say something like that? But anyway, he's been there. He's made big saves for them. They've kept 2 clean sheets against the 2 best teams in the Premier League, Manchester City and Arsenal. So he's rightly deserved to be in that list there. Let's look at the knots. God, I could have went on this list. I could have done 10 pages, but I'm going to try to keep it short. Let's start with Haaland. No show, injury, and he blanks in 18. When you put that all together, if he's not playing the next game week, he's a possible sell. He hurts us with that budget. Surely we can't just bench him, can we? Can we? For me, he's a possible sell, which we'll talk about in other videos coming up this week. But definitely he's at the top of the not list this game week. Really hurt us, but a lot of us got jammy points because we captained him and got the vice captaincy of Salah. So, yeah. Next up is Mr. Nunes himself. Honestly, so frustrating. As I said, I was at the Liverpool game, watched him live. He didn't impress me. He didn't have a... I mean, to be fair, no one really had a good game up until the 73rd minute. It was poor performance, but yeah, he didn't do much. Running offside, didn't really contribute, didn't impact the game. I've had him since game week 8. He's been shocking. Look at his last 4 returns. 2, 3, 2, 1. He's a sell for me, but then you think he's playing Manchester United next, so we can discuss that again. Third up, Cash. He's been in this list again, and he's staying in it because he's coming on. If you still own him, with hope that Villa are incredible. If he's their right attacking fullback, you want him. I think it's past that stage. 1 point, he's a sub, played 24 minutes. They've got too many good players in them fullback positions. I think you ditch him. You bin him if you haven't already done so. This one, I'm starting to do doubles now. That's how many knots they were. Lascelles and Trippier, both -1s. Newcastle look on the ropes. Honestly, Everton ran them to the ground, and now Spurs have. They don't have a reply. And when you watch Newcastle, apart from all the quality and the tactical play they have, a lot of it is their power, aggressive running. And if they don't have that, they lose a big part of their armory. So yeah, they're on the ropes. We need to keep an eye on our Newcastle assets. After that, again, I'm going to go for a double up. Gabriel, Saliba, loads of us jumped on them. Arsenal being arguably one of the best defenses in the Premier League. The fixtures were good. They've both had a 2 and a 1 pointer in the last 2 games. Pretty poor for considering some of us took hits to bring them in, thinking we'd get them points back. But yeah, last 2 games, terrible. Last but not least, United fans won't thank me, but I think they'll agree. The whole United team, they got crushed at home to Bournemouth. As a result, me growing up watching United dominating the Premier League, you don't see that often. And Bournemouth absolutely tore them apart. They hit post a couple of times. They could have scored more, which is quite disturbing when you think of that at Old Trafford. And next up for Manchester United is a trip to Anfield to face Liverpool. This could get bad. This could get real bad. So anyway, that's the hots and nots. Let's move on. So let's have a quick flick through the suspensions and people who are still on 4 yellow cards, which could impact the next game week. Who's suspended for game week 15? Let's start with Douglas Luiz at Brentford versus Villa. Then you got Bruno Fernandes. He's missing the Liverpool game. They ain't him. He mostly done it on purpose. Charlie Taylor, any of you jammy Charlie Taylor managers who've got them big hauls, he's not going to be playing versus Everton, so you can't utilise him. Then you got Digne, Trippier, and Braithwaite. So there might be some others. I've tried to put the ones that actually have some ownership that we own in FPL. 4 yellow cards, there's quite a long list there. Cash, Raheem, Palmer, Lascelles, Decore. I think I've got Raheem twice. Yeah, that wasn't good. Kabore, Nori, Udegi, and Hwang. So that's the people who are on 4 yellows. Keep an eye on that just in case. When you're thinking of your transfers and what's going to happen, and considering the blank as well, you need to keep an eye on that without a doubt. So that's the suspensions and yellows. Next up, we need to discuss when preparing for game week 17, there's midweek fixtures. Now, I've just took 2 screenshots of the Champions League and European fixtures. Most teams were playing. Now, the more important thing is actually the scenario the team's in. So Newcastle, they have to go flat out and try and do something. Manchester United potentially have to try and do something, whether it's just even for pride, and they've got Bayern Munich. So what I mean by that is they have to play stronger teams. Liverpool already qualified, doesn't really matter. Other teams that have already qualified, they can play either B teams, rotate, and if they do play, they can play half-hearted, if that makes sense, and not go all out where the probability of injury becomes much more higher. So that's the thing. Keep that in mind. I personally not making no transfers to all the midweek fixtures have happened. It's too risky, and the way the season's going, I won't be surprised if there's another surprise after the midweek fixtures. So definitely keep an eye on that. Now, let's have a quick look at the fixtures. I'm going to just quickly run through them, give you maybe some of my predictions. So we start with Nottingham Forest versus Spurs. Spurs, as I said, when they're cooking, they're very dangerous, but I'm not sure about the Friday night fixture against Forest at home. Forest, of course, been struggling recently, and the manager's just about kept on to his job. But not sure if I'll be brave enough to captain Son in this fixture, but I still predict a Spurs victory. I'll go for 2-1. Forest are pretty strong at home. Bournemouth versus Luton. Now, Luton have even improved recently. They were 1-0 up against City. I know City are not flying at the moment, but still, I mean, that's an incredible achievement. They did lose 2-1, of course, in the end, but still, it tells you they've made strides in the last couple of weeks. Bournemouth definitely flying, and I expect a Bournemouth win here. And if you own Solanke, you play him and enjoy them points. Chelsea versus Sheffield United. I don't even know what to expect here. A lot of us are looking at Chelsea assets because the fixtures are gorgeous, but then you watch Chelsea and sometimes they look horrendous. They look like they're a relegation team at times, but then you watch them and you think they could even be a top 4 team, but no, they're really, really poor. I've got Palmer. I was considering getting a defender. I'm actually thinking of doubling down now. I'm not sure what your opinion is. Let me know in the comments if you're actually still going to go to a Chelsea defender. When you think about Sanchez was the consistent one we all looked at. He came off injured, so keep an eye on that. Reece James, made of Weetabix, he came off injured as well. He's not an FPL asset. We need to... I consider him at times because it's so tempting, but just get that out of your head. After that, we've got Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. I can't see nothing but a Manchester City win here. Even with their depleted team and injuries, Palace won't have enough. They just won't have. Palace will do exactly what City want. They'll go there, park a bus. City and Pep are the best team in the world at playing a bus park team. So it's just going to fit into their hands for City. So comfortable victory, 3-1, I'll go for City. So Alvarez owners with no Haaland, be enjoying that. Maybe Foden owners as well. Newcastle versus Fulham. I would have normally easily said Newcastle victory, but Newcastle being on the ropes, they're going to have to go all out in Champions League. And then you've got Fulham recently, who's improved game by game. I saw against Fulham when they played Liverpool, and Liverpool just about scraped a 4-3. They were getting better. And now they've stumbled on this front three. It's working. And if you just see, you can see the confidence in that team by just looking at Wilson's goal. I'm not sure if you've seen that spectacular goal of top corner. They're a team on the up and they're going to be buzzing, and Newcastle will not enjoy this game. And Newcastle need to get a result because top four hopes will be going. So I know they have to focus on Champions League to try to keep that dream alive, but the reality is they need to be in Champions League next season. So that's an interesting game there. And last of the Saturday games is Burnley versus Everton. Not the most exciting fixture for me, FPL wise, though. Not own no assets, but maybe I suppose some, or you can't even play Taylor, obviously suspended, but some will have Everton assets potentially. But yeah, well, there's nothing really to say about this game. I'm going to go for score draw 1-1. Arsenal versus Brighton start the Sunday fixtures. This should be a good game. If you've got Arsenal attackers, you should be smiling. Brighton can see chances, and Arsenal just really, really strong. I know they lost to Villa. It was a tough game. Arsenal really should have at least had one goal. So the loss maybe seems a bit harsh. They deserved at least one goal. They were attacking. The attack is good enough. It was just more Villa were excellent defensively. I see Arsenal winning this 3-1. Brentford versus Villa. I just spoke about Villa. Brentford, strong team, but Villa at the moment are really, really flying. And if they can put out and they get lucky with injuries, I see Villa winning this game. They can put out a strong enough team, because I know the games are coming quick, whether Unai Emery needs to rotate too much. If you can put out a strong enough team, they're going to beat Brentford. West Ham versus Wolves. West Ham got dismantled versus Fulham. It's a result I didn't see. I'm not sure if you saw that coming. Very strange Premier League we've got this season. Some of the results have taken me by surprise, and it's becoming difficult. It impacts FPL. It's difficult to predict. For example, if we thought West Ham would be getting busted 5-0, none of us would have Areola in goal. Like, it's just, you wouldn't think that. I know he's injuries and whatnot, but still, the point I'm getting at, you don't expect a result. West Ham, a David Moyes team, doesn't lose like that. Really, really surprised me. Having said all of that, I expect them to bounce back at home with a 2-1 win. Last but not least, it's the game of the game week, and it's Liverpool versus Manchester United. Manchester United will be scared of this fixture. Like, they really, really will. They've got a soft underbelly. Now, I'm not saying Liverpool are flying, but the way Manchester United are this season, if Liverpool score against them early, this could be carnage. It's a Klopp team, so you know they're not going to stop. Even if you wave the white flag, they're going to be coming through. They want to hit the 5s and 6s. So if Manchester United do concede early and they down tools and, the shoulders are sloping and the hands are on their hips, they're going to get smashed to pieces here. So this game, as a Liverpool fan, I'm really excited for. But then again, it's the Premier League. It doesn't always work like that. But still, it's the most. I'm looking forward to this game. I'm actually going to possibly keep Nunes now, even though it was being pretty poor and underwhelming. But this fixture here is almost like it's Manchester United. You'd like to think there's a goal on the plate for you there. So yeah, no one should have any Manchester United assets. Like, no one. And if you do have them, just bench them for this game. It's very simple advice there. Next up, last up, I should say, and it's a pretty long video, but it's all the information we need to know. It's Captaincy. So, top of the list, he's in it every week, unless they're injured, hence why Haaland's not in it this week. They're in it every week. So, Salah, of course, Liverpool, 36 goals. He scored 11. He's got 31% of their goals. Like, when they score, he's bound to be involved. He's got 7 assists. Unreal consistent. His consistency with assists is, I'm not sure if we're ever going to see something like it in the Premier League, where someone that scores that many goals and still gets that many assists. He beats most players for assists, midfielders. He gets more assists than midfielders, but scores more goals than strikers. Last 5 games is 13, 3, 5, 5, 16. 2 double-digit hauls there. You can just put the captain's on him and not worry. And Manchester United fixture at home, it's a gorgeous fixture as well. It's going to be an Eve Sunday night fixture as well. My God, floodlights. I'm excited for that. He's the highest scoring player in FPL at the moment, 127 points. He's the top pick for me. Next up, I've tried to look around, look at the fixtures, look at players who are a little bit more reliable, because there's a couple of gem fixtures that you could gamble on, but the reality is they're very inconsistent players. So I've gone with 2 consistent players. Saka, next up. Maybe not a hauling machine. If you look at his last 5 returns, 2, 5, 8, 8, 5. But more than likely, you get something, even if it's an assist. And when he gets an assist, he gets bonus points. He gets 8 points. I'm not sure how he manages that magic, but so consistent. He's got 5 goals this season. Not exactly prolific. I think he should be doing more, playing for the top team, and he's an elite player. 15% of Arsenal's goals he gets, but he's got 8 assists. That's where he's very, very strong. Always him cutting in, putting in that delivery to the back post. It's becoming an Arsenal goal. That 94 points this season. So as I said, very, very consistent. He's always going to be there or thereabouts. And his next fixture is Brighton at home. I think that's a gorgeous fixture. If you watch Brighton, the way they defend, yes, I know they're an attacking team and a dangerous team, very dangerous team, but they're going to give Arsenal so much chances. So yeah, Saka's, I think he just edges the second captaincy for me. But as I said, get in the comments, let me know who you're captaining or what you think of my top three. Last but not least is Son. Coming off that mad 17-pointer against Newcastle. I mean, don't get your hopes up. I think he's going to repeat that this game week, but you never know. Spurs were 33 goals. He scored 10 goals, so it's 30% of their goals. It's similar to Salah ratio. When they score like 1/3 of the goals, it's going to be him. 4 assists, so it's not too bad at all. His last 5 returns, he had 17, 2, 10, 2, and a 2. 3 2s there is not ideal, but as I said, when Spurs do perform, so you're gambling on when they perform, he's going to be involved. 113 points this season. That's unreal. Son he's a premium asset that just delivers. And his next fixture is Nottingham Forest away. That's the reason I put him third and not above Saka. I think the fixture is a bit more awkward. If I had to look there, Nottingham Forest are maybe more... I'm about to say they're more difficult to blow away than I remember Fulham blew them away. but they are more tricky, I think, at home to score 3 or 4 against, where I think Arsenal can actually score 3 or 4 against Brighton. So that's how I look at that fixture. Salah being top because he's got all of the attributes we said, the consistency, the goals, the assists, the best fixture, and Liverpool may be better attacking team than both of the other 2 teams. So that's my captaincy. That's how I'm preparing for game week 17. I hope you found that useful. I try my best to add all the information that will be useful to me as an FPL manager. But if there is things I'm missing or you think that I could add to improve the video, please get in the comments. Let me know. I reply to all the comments. But more importantly, I will try to take that feedback and add that to the videos to improve the weekly videos for you. Before you jump off to your next video, do me a favor, like, subscribe. I really want to get to 200 subscribers before Christmas. I'm really close. I can do that with your help, so it'd mean a lot to me. Now you've done that, hopefully. On that note, I'm going to wish you good luck, and I'll see you on my next video.